Thousands of Minnesota nurses are continuing their strike this morning after voting to reject a new contract proposal from Allina Health. A look at what's next in negotiations coming up.
Paisley Park, the museum, not yet. Coming up on Sunrise, details on the roadblock that is now in the way and what Prince fans who bought tickets need to know.
You know, obviously to be 4-0 where we're at right now, I don't think you can ask for a lot more.
It's a good thing. The Minnesota Vikings do it again. Big win at home to keep their win streak alive. Good morning. It's Tuesday, October 4th. I'm Kim Inslee.
And I'm Brian Pyatt in for Corey Hepla. Always feels better after a win, doesn't it?
And a huge win, yeah.
Big win for them. Sven, you're keeping an eye on the weather. A little windy out there today, huh?
Yeah. Yesterday was a big win. 76. Beautiful Monday. Yeah, it's windy. It's going to be another warm one today, but we already have showers and thunderstorms off to the west. Those will be tracking east through the day today. Dry for the most part in the metro until the evening. That's when we'll see that better chance of rain. Looks like a wet night tonight.
And continuing to watch your morning commute for you, this is the Live Look 94 Cretin Avenue. We continue to be accident-free out there. We'll continue to watch the drive, have another traffic update coming up here in just a couple of minutes.
All right, new this morning, thousands of nurses still on strike today after voting down a proposal from Allina Health.
Yeah, the results were announced late last night after an all-day voting session. This now pushes the strike into its 5th week. Ivory Hecker joins us from Abbott Northwestern in Minneapolis with more on the impact of this vote. Hi, Ivory.
Hi, Brian. Yeah, that's right. Nurses union officials say that results from yesterday's voting shows that Allina's offer was, quote, resoundingly rejected. The Minnesota Nurses Association directed its 4,800 members to vote on a new offer from Allina Health yesterday, but officials say they didn't tell them how to vote, as they had done in 2 prior instances. The nurses have been on strike since Labor Day because the union had been unable to agree with Allina over health care staffing and safety issues. According to the nurses union, Allina made small concessions in staffing, safety, and health insurance in the last contract, but many nurses say the proposal is nowhere near what they are asking for. Union officials told us what's next in negotiations.
As bargaining goes, just as the last time, they had said no to our proposal, and so this time we rejected their proposal. So yes, the next time we get together, it will be our turn to put something forward.
Allina Health responded in a statement saying they're disappointed in the outcome. The company says the proposal was, quote, eminently fair and addressed many of the issues the union raised during negotiations. Now, Allina officials also said they are willing to return to the negotiating table once the union has another plan. Back to you.
Well, from Minneapolis to Chanhassen, where the future of Paisley Park as a museum is now in question.
City council members, they voted to table that zoning request that would have allowed Prince's recording studio and home to open up as a museum, have tourists there. Paisley Park's supposed to open its doors to fans on Thursday. Melissa Colorado's in Chanhassen with more on that.
Well, Kim, it's a real shocker. Prince fans from all around the world, they bought their tickets, they made plans to come to Chanhassen, and then this happened. And the tickets, they were all sold under the impression that the city of Chanhassen's city council would approve that rezoning request. So let's take you inside that city council meeting. It took roughly 3.5 hours of discussion, but the Chanhassen City Council voted 3-2 to table a decision on rezoning Paisley Park as a museum. Among the major complaints, pedestrian safety along Highway 5 and Audubon Road. City Councilman Jerry McDonald said Prince fans have been known to congregate outside Paisley Park and walk along Audubon Road, which is not built to safely handle all that foot traffic. Take a listen.
They don't pay attention. You know, it's, as far as they're concerned, it's a parkway, and they're going to walk right across. What are we going to do about those pedestrians? Even if it's only 1 or 2, what are we going to do about pedestrian safety?
Now, tours were supposed to start on Thursday. It's unclear what's going to happen to all the tickets that were sold. Will fans get a refund? We've reached out to the company that is handling the museum tours for comment, and we have not yet heard back from them. Now, there is a December deadline. The city has until December 23rd to act on this request to rezone Paisley Park. But if they don't act on it, then that request automatically gets approved. But so hopefully, for the sake of all those Prince fans who bought those tickets, hopefully Paisley Park, the company that's running those tours, and the city of Chanhassen, they agree on some kind of plan to address those pedestrian safety concerns. Guys, back to you.
Yeah, something we'll continue to watch. Melissa, thank you very much. Other news, an update to some breaking news that we first told you about on Sunrise yesterday. Police arrested one of the 6 people shot early in downtown Minneapolis yesterday morning. Investigators say the gunfire started when 2 rival gangs got into a fight. 2 men were shot around 4th and 1st Street, then 4 more people were shot just a couple of blocks away. Police say all the victims have a lengthy criminal history.
Hurricane Matthew making a direct hit on the island nation of Haiti right now. It is the most powerful Atlantic storm in almost a decade. Sustained winds of 145 miles per hour slamming the island. That's according to the National Hurricane Center. And with up to 40 inches of rain predicted in the mountain regions, mudslides are a threat. Cuba also in the storm's path. Here in the U.S., the governors of Florida and North Carolina activated states of emergency.
Right now, the projected path is a little off our coast. It can change on a moment's notice. When that happens, we're not going to have a lot of time to get ready.
Matthew is already blamed for at least 3 deaths, including a fisherman in Haiti. And Sven joins us right now with a look at where Matthew is headed next.
Yeah, as you mentioned, the center of it, just off the coast of Haiti actually right now. Category 4 storm, 145-mile-an-hour sustained winds. And that's the bad news, actually, is Matthew's going to take a track sort of between Haiti and Cuba, which means it stays largely over open water and doesn't lose a whole lot of its strength here. But it will affect those areas. Moving over the Bahamas, that'll help to weaken it a little bit here as we head into a little late week here. Here's early Thursday morning, just off the coast of Florida, and many of the models do have it kind of bouncing off the Florida coast and then making potentially landfall along South Carolina by late Friday night into early Saturday, and then it could ride up the East Coast here, the mid-Atlantic states through the weekend. So something we're definitely going to be watching. It's a major storm.
All right. Yeah, thank you, Sven. Appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
The Minnesota Vikings got it done on Monday Night Football, beating the New York Giants 24-10.
Yeah, big game last night. Sports director Eric Perkins has more from US Bank Stadium.
Good morning. You know, the Vikings talk a lot about defending the North. They chant it here before the game, and you know what? They're doing just that. 2-0 now, perfect at US Bank Stadium with another victory last night in primetime over the New York Giants on Monday Night Football. 24-10, the final score. Well-balanced offensive attack. Sam Bradford efficient, hitting Kyle Rudolph for a touchdown pass. Jerick McKinnon runs one in. Matt Asiata runs one in. Blair Walsh adds a field goal. And defensively, another strong effort, limiting Eli Manning and Odell Beckham Jr. and that Giants offense to just 10 points, 4-0 now on the season.
You know, it's gone pretty well. I think there's still some things, you know, that I can do better. I think there's things that we can do better as an offense. But, you know, obviously to be 4-0 where we're at right now, I don't think you could ask for a lot more.
Today is just, you know, another step into the right direction on where we want to go as a team, but it's all works together. Everybody's working as a cohesive unit just to get to that W.
And so a condensed week for the Vikings. It already being Tuesday, we move ahead to the Houston Texans, another home game right here at US Bank Stadium as the Vikings look to remain unblemished on the season. Back to you.
That's a nice thing to have.
Without a lot of key players, too. It's pretty impressive.
It is impressive.
Continue to watch. Hey, convention beginning today in the Metro. Pretty cool convention, bringing together all living U.S. Medal of Honor recipients.
Yesterday, a groundbreaking staged at the state capitol. That is where the nation's first memorial to honor the recipients of the Congressional Medal of Honor is going to be located. There are currently 77 living Medal of Honor recipients.
When I first got decorated, there was almost 300 people that had the medal. Now we're down to 77 living. And so now I'm one of the older guys.
Over the decades, those 72 men with Minnesota ties have earned the Medal of Honor. Still ahead, 6:09, a young cancer survivor giving back to the community, helping others in the fight of their lives, really.
Yeah, we'll talk about that coming up. Also, Chalk Talk about this chant. Seems pretty simple, right? But the Vikings world watching, we're going to teach you how to pull off the perfect Vikings war clap for the next game.
Can you imagine how that sounded in there?
Pretty cool.
And the boy wizard back on the big screen. When and where? Next.
And we've got showers off to the west this morning. They'll be tracking east through the day. By overnight, looking pretty wet, but another warm, windy day up till that point.
And we continue to watch the drive out there. Looking awfully nice so far. Drive safely as you head out the door. Much more news coming up right after this.